Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now if you're looking for a scooter that packs power, has a fantastic ride experience, and it just has a solid build, well, this is going to be the video you'll want to watch because today we're taking a look at the Kugoo Kirin G3. And this is a scooter that has a 1200 watt power supply, or the motor, and it has a 47-mile range with the 31 mile per hour top speed. And I tell you, we were able to hit that pretty consistently. It has 3 speeds, so you can operate at different speeds, and it also has the ability, because of the power, to hit a 30-degree incline without any problems. Also, given the construction and also the power that it has, you're talking about over 300 pounds capacity when it comes to a rider or any, I would say a backpack, things that you're carrying with you. So total 300 or a little bit over 300 pounds. It also has a unique, I would say, suspension system. The front and rear fork have almost like a wishbone suspension. It's an arm suspension that gives you really nice ride. And you're going to see when we're riding it how well that shock system works. It has dual disc brakes and it has a 7-light system that really illuminates the ground that you're running, and it gives it a really nice look. It does have 10-inch off-road tires, IP54, and it weighs 55 pounds. So robust, but also very durable. So let's take a closer look. We'll go through the ride experience. And this is going to be one of those other ones that I'm going to highly recommend if you're looking for something that has these features and has this ride. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now the G3 is fantastically built. This is a very sturdy scooter. As you can see in the back, we have 2 disc systems, front and back disc systems, that also are supported by a really nice suspension platform. So you can notice each side, you can notice how it's separated. That's your suspension platform. Is going to give you a really nice ride, both in front and in back. Now the tires themselves that you're looking at are 10-inch tubeless tires. So these are going to be worry-free tires that you'll be able to use. And they have a very nice tread system. And I have to say that when riding this scooter, it almost growls because of, I don't know if it's a tread system or just the mechanics, but you kind of like feel like this as it's going along, which is kind of really cool, and I have to say sexy in a scooter. Now it does have a 20% incline support, which means that as you're riding the scooter in a 20% incline, it's going to handle it really, really well. Now, the other thing about the scooter is that it weighs 55 pounds. Now, and again, that's probably on the heavier side, but it's because this scooter is so well manufactured. You can notice that on the bed right there, it has a real nice grip system. On the tail side, if you're into tricks, you'll notice that you have grip all the way going up to the back, and you have a real nice illumination system that is going to give you some nice brake lights as well as some side markers that you're going to see on in a couple seconds. Now this scooter does have a great lighting system, and you can see how the lighting system is treated. So no front headlight, but the lighting comes from the sides, and you can see how it just lights up the scooter really nicely. So you'll notice that you have the front-facing lights and also the back-facing lights, as well as the marker in the back. The other thing that we'll highlight is how cable management is handled. Everything goes in really nicely over here. It tucks away and is completely out of sight. Now on this side, you'll see a better view of how the tread system looks on the tires, as well as the brake system that you have both in front and back. And again, you can see how that cable management is working, how the cables are going in, they're getting nicely tucked away. And then again, that double bone, I guess we could call it, suspension platform that you see in the front and the back that gives you that nice comfy ride. Now besides the scooter having a great suspension base, this is an IP54 rated scooter, so it's going to do well, especially if you get caught in the rain or if you get a sprinkle. It's not really designed to be running always in the water, but don't worry, if you do get caught, you're going to do well, especially if you have all of the, I'll say the caps, especially where you have the power cap covered off, you should be fine. IP54 rated. Now, one of the big questions you may have about the scooter is, well, how far can I go and how fast can I go? Well, I've been able to experience 30 miles an hour on the scooter, and they have a projected 47-mile range. Now, a couple things I'll highlight about both the speed that you can get and also the range. They're really going to be varying based on the terrain, going up hills, going down hills, or straightaways, and also your body. Now, I've been able to hit 30 to 31 miles an hour, and I weigh 180 pounds. I'm around 5'6", 5'7", to kind of give you a sense. And I'm able to ride nicely on this scooter and handle the scooter well. The other thing we'll talk about is the fact that the motor is 1200 watts. So that's really respectable. It's a single motor, so you're not having a front and a back powered motor. The back is the only power source. Now, one of the things that sets the scooter apart, and it's One of the first scooters I've seen with this is that it does have one of the largest displays, has tons of information about power, temperature of the scooter, and it also then has a full touch screen. So everything here is controlled by touch. So if you want to turn on the light, all you got to do is tap these buttons, and you can go from one light, a second light, a second pair of light, into a 3-mode light system that's going to give you a lot of illumination based on the markers that the scooter has. So everything is controlled via touch. It's also incredibly easy to read and also very nice even in direct sunlight. And the handlebar, you're going to find that you do have a front and back brake system with a bell, and it's pretty loud. People are going to hear you coming, and more importantly, they're also going to see you with the cool lighting system. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice is that the scooter has kind of like this wrist strap on here. This is one of the things that I find is kind of different. I haven't seen this implemented. I don't know if I'm a fan of it or if I'm not. But this is what you use to tie down the scooter. So you're going to see when we put this in a folded position, how you use this to tie it down. The one thing I don't like about it is that because it's metal, and everything is metal, so you have this area here is metal, as well as the area that's on is metal, and you want it to be sturdy, right? Let's just face it, we do, is that you do hear some rattle depending on how fast you're going and what kind of terrain. If you're on a smooth terrain, I couldn't hear anything at all, but if you're in I'd say a noisy terrain, you basically hear. Now, one way to solve this is by putting, I would say, some tape. You could put some tape around this so that it kind of removes that metally clang, and then it gets super quiet. Now, the scooter has a really nice throttle, and I do like the fact that it's been implemented separately. So here's the handle that is grippy. It does not turn in any way. And then it has this nice separation here, which helps you not confuse the actual handle from the throttle itself. So you have your throttle, and it's a thumb throttle, and then you have your power button right here that obviously gets everything running. To fold the scooter is pretty straightforward. It has a really secure locking mechanism. So all you do is you turn this knob completely, and you continue to turn it, and you'll get a sense of once it's out. All right, so now once you've loosened the screw, and you can see how much I've taken it out, all you would do then is just tilt the column back like this. It's pretty tight, right? Fold it all the way down, and then this strap would basically come under here like this, and then support your scooter. Now this is where you'd lift it. And again, it's not light in any way. This is a pretty heavy duty scooter, but this is what it would look like. Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're taking a look at the Kugoo Kirin G3. Now this is a pretty powerful scooter. We're talking about 1200 watts of power, top speed of 31 miles an hour, with a range anywhere from 37 to a little bit over maybe 40, just slightly 50 miles, and that's going to depend on a lot of things, weather condition, obviously your body weight, and things of that nature. This scooter has a fantastic suspension system that we're going to show you in a couple seconds. Now this scooter has a front and rear suspension. You're going to see me bounce on it. Super duper fun, right? Front and rear fork really give you a lot of riding comfort. Fantastic riding experience because of also the fact that it has pneumatic tires, but these are tubeless tires, 10-inch tires. And the best way I can put it, the tires are gritty. They have fantastic tread to the point that as I'm riding the scooter, it's almost like they growl. You hear kind of like this growl taking place with this scooter, which is also super cool. Now, the scooter itself can support riders. Now, the scooter itself can support riders of 265 pounds. So, has pretty good support. And also is one of the best scooters that we've had on the channel when it comes to overall construction. This scooter is robust. When you grab it and you are riding this scooter, and I was just looking down for a second, it just feels so well built and sturdy. Craftsmanship, the actual materials that are being used, you know, really make this thing stand out to the point that it's a little bit over 50 pounds because of how well this thing is constructed. Now, it does have a fantastic display. The display here is a touchscreen display, incredibly legible, and is touchscreen, which is something I haven't seen in a scooter in a long time. Now, some may argue that touchscreens and scooters don't go well together because, you know, you'd prefer to have buttons to press as you're riding. I tend to agree with that, but at the same time, I don't find myself switching modes. So like, for example, if I am on the 3rd speed, which is what I have this scooter on, I typically keep it at that speed. I don't find myself changing the speeds or changing the configuration. Typically when I get on, I configure it once, and then I leave it as is. Now that light system has front and rear lights that illuminate as you're riding. And we're gonna go ahead and speed up a little bit here so you can see how fast we can get. So right now it's clocking at 22 miles an hour. We're gonna hit full throttle. And by the way, this scooter does include cruise control. So if I let go right now, the throttle, which I have, I'm still gonna hold on to it, it is right now continuing to accelerate based on what my throttle was set at. And it's right now saying that I'm clocking at 27 miles an hour, 25, and we'll see if it picks up a little bit more. But I think it should hit. I've been riding this hitting up to 30 miles an hour as well. Now the brake system for this scooter, it has a front and rear disc brake system, as you can see here. Really responsive. They're not pneumatic or hydraulic actually. They're not hydraulic brakes. They are still cable brakes, but they do respond really well. All right guys, so we're gonna do a speed test. I'm gonna try to come, this is right now around 5 miles an hour. We're gonna floor it, and we're gonna see if we could bring it up to 30 miles an hour. I've been hitting 30 on this as I've been doing my test, so let's see if we could get that on camera. So 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, it's at 25, 26. Let's see if we can make it hit 30, 26. And we're right now at 26, 27, 27. We didn't hit, we only kept it at 27. Now the other thing we'll talk about is the bed. The bed is wide. You can see how wide this is right here. It also has a really grippy surface as well, so you don't have to worry about slipping while you're riding the scooter, which is really nice. And like I mentioned, you know, the cruise control here is really nice too. I keep on forgetting that I have it, because when I let go of the throttle, it keeps on going. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try to do a speed test, and I'm gonna try to get in pole position and see if I can get low wind, fast speed, see if we can hit beyond 30 or hit at least 30 miles an hour. Probably not, because we have a car coming. We'll have to do this in our speed test a little bit further up. Handling on this is really nice, as you can see here. Really, really smooth, moving left and right. A very responsive scooter. All right guys, so we're gonna do a speed test right here. Gonna get into my pole position and see how fast we are being clocked at. So right now the scooter is saying that I am hitting 27 miles an hour, 28, 29, 30. Okay, we hit 30, excellent. 30 miles an hour, we're gonna lean forward and we're gonna see what we're being clocked at. 27 is what speed cam is saying, but not bad, not bad. Now, one of the things I'll say about this scooter is that it doesn't really have a pull when you pull out all of a sudden. So unlike some of the other scooters that we've written on the channel, where when you go into full throttle, you actually feel that kickback, you really don't have a kickback on this scooter at all. It is a really nice gradual speed up, which I really, really like. Now, we're going through our suspension test through this wooded area. It's really bouncy, and I'm telling you, it's a delight to ride this scooter. Brakes are really nice and responsive. You do have a bell that you can actually click off on this side. And outside of that growl that I hear from the tires, just because of the treads, you don't hear anything. Well, you do have a little tag on the side, which is the strap, the locking strap. You hear that rattle a little bit. So now we've had this scooter for a week now, and riding it around the neighborhood, going to the grocery store and whatnot. What is our conclusion? Well, first of all, it's a buy, definitely a buy. It has great suspension, is a pro, has also good power, good range. 27, 30 miles is more than sufficient for something like that. One other thing I wanted to highlight is that this will go up grades pretty well. So we don't have a lot here, but anywhere from 20 to 30 degree grade, it's gonna handle it like a champ. So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.